if your work or day involves a whole lot of sitting, or you are wanting to get more active and move more this year, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Shani Griol. I'm a former physical therapist turned functional wellness coach, and I've helped my clients release 10 to 35 pounds, up their energy levels, and feel amazing in their bodies by naturally rebalancing their health. So today's video means a lot to me, the first video of the year, and I'm talking about a topic that is really important to me. So when I was about 12 or 13, I knew I wanted to become a physical therapist and work as a physical therapist. And one of the big reasons for that was because, well, I loved the body and I was always interested in how it worked and how it moved, but I also loved to move myself. The thought of sitting still at a desk and working just didn't appeal to me. And so as a physical therapist, I was going to be able to move around and help people. I wasn't going to be sitting and working. And then in 2019, I trained in functional medicine, and in 2020, I took on my first client, and that first client was virtual. So that meant I was sitting at a desk and working from a computer. And then fast forward to this past year, and I have been sitting a whole lot more. I got onto LinkedIn where I was connecting with others, and then I also in October started my own school community. And so both of those things, along with working with my clients, they're all on a computer, and so I was sitting a whole lot more during the day. And that's when this year I decided, or actually the end of last year, I decided that I wanted to shift that and make sure I was incorporating more movement in my day. So something I tell my physical therapy patients is that our bodies are made to move. And when we're not moving, it's almost like our body recognizes it as something could be up and something could be wrong. And so our bodies are made to move, and it's not that we should just be moving for like 1 hour of exercise in the day or half an hour or whatever it is, just one spurt of exercise, and the rest we're okay to sit, because that doesn't give the same signals to the body as if we were moving consistently through the day. And so if you're sitting for long stretches of the day, it's not the same as your body just resting. It's actually going into almost like a different physiological state. What's happening in the body shifts. A lot of the women that come to me to work with me, they come in because they want to lose some excess weight. And one of the key things that happens is within 60 to 90 minutes of sitting, the fat burning enzymes, they literally turn off, which means the triglycerides, they stay in your blood, and that isn't used for fuel. So your body literally goes into a fat storage, fat holding mode. And this can lead to excess weight. So the other thing that's key is that your leg muscles, your glute muscles, they are huge muscles and super important in using up blood sugar. And so when you're sitting for an excessive period of time, you're not using those muscles. And so with that, what can happen is the blood sugar can stay elevated. It can increase insulin, and your cells can become less responsive to taking up the blood sugar. And this can lead to excessive belly fat and leads to fatigue after meals, and it can also be a risk factor for pre-diabetes and diabetes. Now, our lymphatic system is dependent on the muscles contracting and pulsing the lymph through the body, and so if our muscles are not working as much, that can slow down the lymph circulation, and the lymph system is really important for getting toxins and waste products, detoxifying the body. And so if that's not working, that can mean we have a reduction in detoxification happening, and it can slow down the clearing of toxins, it can slow down the clearing of used hormones. And so if those stay in circulation for longer, it can mean that we have symptoms like bloating, puffiness, PMS, perimenopausal symptoms, and as well as stubborn weight. Excessive periods of sitting can signal to the brain that I'm not moving, maybe something's wrong. And that can lead to increased cortisol levels and feelings of anxiety, low motivation, and feeling fatigue. When we're moving, it pumps fluid into the cartilage around the discs, around the connective tissues, and that keeps those structures in better health. And when we're sitting for extended periods of time, it then does the opposite. It can make those areas stiffer, it can make muscles stiffer, it can make joints stiffer, and it can lead to aches and pains. And when that happens, it can often put people off from even wanting to move potentially, even though it's often a sign that the body actually wants more movement. And so our bodies are not designed to move just once, work out just once, and then sit all day. And there is even research to show that all-cause mortality increased with 8 to 10 hours of sitting per day, that there's increased risk of cardiovascular disease with more sitting in the day. There was a strong association found between prolonged sitting and insulin-resistant and metabolic syndrome. And so what I've chosen to do is to start something really fun in my school community tomorrow. I have chosen to do this partly for myself because I want to incorporate more intentional and consistent movement throughout the day if I'm working at my computer for an extended period of time, and also because of what I've heard in my community, members sharing that they want to do more movement, they want to prioritize shifting weight. And so I thought it would be a great fun thing to do together within a community with support. What I'm going to be doing is a new movement each day that supports my body to get stronger, to move better, to balance better, to feel more calm, to support the nervous system. And I'm going to be incorporating and focusing on one movement throughout the day and doing more of that potentially every hour or every few hours. And I'm going to be popping up live in my school community and sharing the movement, showing how I do it, showing how I would vary it and make it different. And then we'll be doing it in the community together for accountability and support. So if this sounds like something that would support you at the beginning of the year, we're going to be doing it throughout January. I would love to see you join us. The community is free. We would love to have you there with us if it feels aligned. So we start tomorrow, Thursday. Look forward to seeing you there.